Hello everyone, welcome back to the Java tutorial series. In this video, we will learn how to take array input from the user in Java. So we will use the scanner class to read values and store them inside an array. So let's get started. So first question, why take input from user? So instead of storing fixed values inside an array, we can ask the user. So we can ask the user to enter values during program execution. So this makes our program more flexible and interactive. That means program will be dynamic since we are asking the array values from a user. So first point is values are not hard coded. We are not hard coding value. User can enter any data and useful for real world applications. So there are different steps to take input, array input. So taking array input involves a few simple steps. So first step is to create a scanner object. So first we will import the scanner class and then we will create an object of the scanner class, and then we will get the size of an array from the user. Then after getting the size of an array, we will create one array of that particular size. And finally, we will use loop to read values, and that values will be stored in an array. So let's go to IntelliJ and see some examples. So we are taking input from user for an array. So let's say, so before taking input, as we all know, before using any class, we need to first declare it. So scanner, we will be using a scanner class, scanner sc equals to new scanner system dot in. So here in the above line, you can see the import statement. The scanner class has been imported from the java.util package, and we have initialized the scanner class. Initialized means what? Memory allocation. Whenever we create object using new keyword, the memory get allocated. So initialization is done. So we have created an object of scanner class, that is sc, and we'll be using this class to use different built-in methods. So first of all, we will ask the user to tell the size of an array. So let's print, we will ask the user enter size of an array. So we will get the size of an array, but we need to store that size in some variable. So we'll declare one variable int size equals to, and how we will ask from user sc dot next int. So integer type of value we want, that's why we are using next int method of scanner class. Then after getting size, we will create an array of numbers. So name of an array is numbers equals to new int So earlier we used to hard code here value like 5, 6, 10. So we were hard coding. Now this time we have asked user. So instead of hard coding, we will provide size. So here it is dynamic in nature. We are not hard coding, we are asking user what is the size, and based on that size we are creating the array, integer array. Now we received the size and we have created one array. Now we need to add values in that array. So for that also we will ask the user to enter the values. So we will print enter values for array. Now we will iterate till the size of array I less than size I plus plus. So until size we are iterating, and we will store the inputs from the user in that array. And how we will ask the user? So using a scanner class, and we will ask the integer type. So we'll use method nextInt. So each time the user will input one value, it will be going to an array. Then again the size will increase in the next iteration. Then again user will input. Then that value will be again stored in the next position of an array. As we all know, array stores in a contiguous memory location. So until this point, we have the array with values, and the size and values are provided by the user. So let's understand the input loop. So this loop, this is input loop. Let me write here. Why we are calling this as an input loop? This loop is responsible for taking input. So during each iteration, scanner reads one number and stores it in the corresponding array position. Now we want to verify. So let's run the program and try to understand what is happening. So in the output, you can see enter size of an array. So execution of a program is line number 13. It executed and it printed the line, and now it is in line number 14, asking the value of size of an array. So let's print the size of an array as 5. Enter. So this line is executed, it is initialized, and this is also executed. It prints enter values for array. Now this is loop. Now we have to provide values of array with size 5. So we need to enter values 5 times. So let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, and the last one 50. Now program exited. Why? Because we have not written anything. After taking input, we are not doing anything. So program got executed. But we want to verify whether that whatever values we have provided, that is present inside the array or not. This array numbers, that should be present, right? So we need to verify, and for that For that we need to write again one for loop to display or traverse element. So how do we traverse an array? So for int. So as we have seen in the previous video, we can use enhanced loop for traversing an array. So first we will go with the traditional for loop, that is int. Okay, let me take same variable int I equals to 0, I less than size I plus plus, and then simply we will print what is the name of array. Name of array is numbers with index I. So this will print the array. After taking input, we are traversing array. Now let's rerun the program and check the execution. So let's provide size as 5. Again, I'm taking same values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now in the output, we can see it is printing same values. So we are using for loop until the size of an array, and for each iteration we are printing with the help of index. Let me comment this and we will use the enhanced for loop. That is easier. Int, let's say I, and what is the name of array? Numbers. And we'll simply print I. That's it. Because here I is not the index. Let me not confuse you. Let's take value. Here we directly get the value, no index. This is traversing array using enhanced for loop. So we should utilize whatever we have studied. Let's rerun the program and check it. I will enter size 3 this time. I will enter 10, 20, 30, and see the program is working as expected. We are getting the output 10, 20, and 30, and we have used enhanced for loop for traversing. So we have used traditional for loop also. So you might be getting one question here in your mind, like we are using I here also. We are using I in this loop also. How we are able to do this thing? Because if we declare the same variable twice, the compiler will get issue. Let me show you once. So let's say int x equals to 10. Now if I try to again initialize this variable of same name, x equals to 20, see, compiler is giving error. What is the error? Variable x is already defined in the scope. So it is giving compilation error if we declare the same variable name. So this question comes in your mind, like why we are not getting error for these two logic, since we are declaring the same variable int I equals to 0 and int I equals to 0. So the answer to this question is they have their different scope. What is the scope? What is the meaning of scope? So scope means this variable I will no longer be available after this closing curly braces of the for loop. That means these variables are declared only for the usage of this for loop. That means the scope of I variable is until this for loop. And similarly, with this variable int I, the scope of this variable I is until this for loop. So the scope is different. That's why we are able to declare the same variable name. But here the scopes are same. These are not, this does not belong to any other for loop, while loop, or any condition. Similarly for this, that's why in the error it is mentioned variable x is already defined in the same scope. The scope of these two variables are same. That's why we are getting error. I hope this is clear. So let's quickly summarize what we have learned so far. So we have used scanner class for user input. After that, we have taken size from the user and we have created the array based on that size. And we have created one loop to read elements. Read elements in the sense we are taking values from the user. And then we have used another loop for traversal of the elements present in an array. So remember these points while taking array input. Scanner is used for input and loops are used for reading and displaying values. And array indices help store data in correct position. So we learned how to take array input from the user, how to store the values in an array, and display them using loops. That's all for this video. I hope this tutorial helped you understand how to take input from the user for an array. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.